All right, everyone. My name is Noah Meehan on the Arc of Truth, and today we're going to be talking about the military parade that's going to be happening tomorrow. At least as I'm making this video, I'm going to make sure, by the way, that I post this video tonight, even though I make my own videos. Even though I post my own videos either on a Sunday or a Monday, at least on average. And I know that there's going to be there are people that want me to talk about the LA riots and the possible no Keynes demonstrations that are going to be occurring nationwide tomorrow. At least that's what's possibly going to look like. And it's possible that there could be riots. I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see, and then I'll just give my own commentary about that. And well, let's hope it doesn't actually spread into those actual kinds of riots like the Summer of Love. But continuing on, there's been a lot of there's been many articles for the last several weeks in regards to the fact that there is a military parade that's going to be happening in Washington, D.C., and coincidentally, it's going to be happening on the 79th birthday of the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And of course, the mainstream media, and you cannot hate them enough, you cannot hate these people enough, are trying to proclaim that this is just him trying to stroke his own ego because he's such a whiny dictator and nothing else. The fact that he's trying to crush the LA protest riots is proof of that. Well, there's just several problems with this. Number one, June 14th is Flag Day. For those of you who do not know, that was the day when America formally adopted the Stars and Stripes as our nation flag. The first one being, at least officially, I know that there is the one with the Union Jack, but as an actual nation, and after we declared independence, we decided to adopt the Betsy Ross flag, the one that is circular with the 13 stars and the 13 stripes. That was adopted on June 14th, and we celebrate as Flag Day. Number two, the United States Army tomorrow is turning 250 years old. They are celebrating their 250th anniversary. Now, just for clarification for those of you who do not know, before the Declaration of Independence, before any of that, before even the idea of independence became more mainstream within the 13 colonies, people were so you already had the initial confrontations that occurred at the battles of Lexington and Concord, and eventually with the Battle of Bunker Hill and the following siege of Boston, which further kickstarted the American Revolution. But as I said before, the idea of independence was not caught on, at least as of yet. And remember, this is 1775 when this was occurring. So, what happened was that in response, while the Continental Congress was trying to get the King of Great Britain in order to lift the taxes, to be able to restore their rights as Englishmen, that's how they viewed themselves. Again, minority white independence at least at that time until things escalated. So while things were trying to settle down over there, what happened was that the Continental Congress, just in case, they decided on June 14th, 1775, to formally create an army known as the Continental Army and place Colonel George Washington of Virginia in charge. Thus, the United States Army, the very beginning of the United States Army, was formed. The United States Army does not consider itself to have been formed after independence was finally guaranteed when the British finally surrendered at Yorktown. No. It was formed on June 14th, 1775, and even now, that is what they consider part of their lineage. They were originally the Continental Army before they were considered the U.S. Army, and they are very fucking proud of it. And if you see any of the pictures or footage in regards to the practicing of the parades that are going on, you could see that there are a lot of different military personnel in different uniforms for different time periods, like Vietnam, World War II, and And it's definitely going to go all the way back to the American Revolution. Hell, just as a quick fact, there are actually several regiments in the United States, again in some of the original 13 colonies, that actually trace their lineage as far back as the 1600s. Yeah, it's pretty wild there because, well, they were initially militias that were formed, fighting for their for the colonies at that time. But nonetheless, that's their lineage, and they are going to be celebrating 250 years of that tomorrow. The final thing here is that, in conjunction with the 250th anniversary of the United States Army, this is going to be a yearly program of the fact that coming up, at least next year, America is going to be celebrating its 250th anniversary. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going on. This is just the very beginning. It's going to be starting off as the U.S. Army, and then it's going to be, and I think the next would be the United States Marine Corps, although I'm just getting this out the top of my head. I don't know for sure, which, by the way, the United States Marine Corps was formed on November 10th, 1775. And, oh my god, you do not want to fuck with those guys. Never fuck with a Marine. Unless if said Marine wants to fuck you. I'm just being funny here, but yeah, the Marines are crazy. In the respectful way, of course. But nonetheless, the mainstream media has been intentionally trying to paint Donald Trump as this egotistical bad guy, this major dictator, and it's just overall frustrating because it's not true. In fact, a lot of the times they just usually place that as part of the title of the article and neglect to even mention the military parade that's being celebrated because of the U.S. Army's 250th anniversary. At most, they probably do that within the article itself. And a lot of people do not have a major attention span to look into the article to actually get that confirmation. In all honesty, people, this is just a waste of time. It's nothing more than a coincidence that Donald Trump's birthday happens to be on the same as the United States Army. That's all. And the fact that a lot of people are somehow complaining about this, it just goes to further show that people are just done with this. People have already heard this nonsense before about Orange Man bad, about Donald Trump being the massive dictator, that America is turning into a Nazi regime, and then, well, it turns out that is so fucking hyperbolic that in all honesty, you have to wonder how people actually believe this shit. It's just very ridiculous. I'm pretty certain, within the next few years, especially when Donald Trump gets out of office, which will occur. I know that there are people who want him to run a third term, although personally I do not, because I want to stay loyal to the Constitution, and plus he is getting very old. We're going to look back. A lot of people are definitely going to be looking back and say, why the hell did people ever believe this shit? Especially when you should be celebrating the United States of America and the fact that it has been here for nearly 250 years. But I don't know. I'm not a shill, or I'm not some paid journalist or anything. I am not some spokesperson for the Democratic Party. I'm not even on the far left. I'm just a regular guy who likes to talk conservative commentary, and is a registered Republican. But hey, what the hell do I know? I'm just a simple guy in that regard, speaking my own mind on this very issue. It's nothing more than a complete waste of everyone's time. My name is Noah Meehan on The Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like the video, subscribe, and share with your friends. Also, if you have any questions in regards to my videos, such as how I speak or my improv, please post it in the comment section down below or directly message me. Thank you. All right, everyone. My name is Noah Meehan on the Arc of Truth, and today we're going to be talking about the military parade